All right, in this video, we're going to be given the task to find two rectangles that have the same area, but a different perimeter. So let's remind ourselves, because area and perimeter are very often confused and mixed up. So the area is that invisible array of squares inside. So we use multiplication to find that. Perimeter is the sides around, the distance around a space. So we just use addition to add those up, because we're not doing anything with the middle here. All right, so I'm going to walk you through how I might solve the task of giving two rectangles. So I'm going to draw my two rectangles that have the same area and different perimeters. All right, so my task is to find two rectangles that have an area of 12, okay? So that means these two numbers need to multiply to give me 12. And these two numbers need to multiply to give me 12. So this is where knowing those multiplication facts that we've been working on all year is really helpful. Because if you know those facts, you don't have to spend as much time on this part. So because I know my facts, I know that 3 times 4 is 12. So for area, 3 times 4 equals 12 squares. There would be 12 squares in there. 3 groups of 4. So now my perimeter would be 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus another 4. Opposite sides equal. So if I add those up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's 7 and that's another 7. So my perimeter is 14. All right. Now over here, I'm not going to use 3 and 4 again because that would just give me the same rectangle. So I'm going to use different numbers. So I need to think, do I know other numbers that multiply to get me 12? Okay. Well, of course I know that 1 times 12 and 12 times 1 does. Does that really help me with my multiplication so much? No. But if I was really stuck and I had no idea, then I could definitely go with that one. But I'm going to challenge myself a little bit. I will write that here just to remind myself that it's there if I need it. But I'm going to try to think a little deeper first. So some of you know the thought of, oh, well, maybe if it worked with 4, it might work with 2. Or some people know the idea of if a number is even, it works well with 2. And this is a perfect example of that. I know that 2 times 6 equals 12. So there would be 6 and 6 invisible squares that helps me find my area. So my area is 2 times 6 equals 12. All right, so, but my challenge is same area. There it is. But different perimeters. So my perimeter equation would be 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 6 again. So if I add those up, 6 plus 2 is 8, and another 2 is 10, and another 2 is 16. So if I look, same area, different perimeters. So with this challenge here, I wouldn't really use the idea of guess and check, because I could be guessing a ton of numbers and none of them end up being the area of 12, because not all numbers work well to get to 12 for multiplication. So again, this is where knowing those multiplication facts is really beneficial. All right, so use this video to help you as you're practicing the skill of having two rectangles that have the same area, different perimeter.